Hello. Primetime is back, ladies and gentlemen. Primetime is back. And not only is Primetime back, but Primetime number 2.
Primetime Junior.
Primetime Junior. Is, dude, congratulations. We're both working on television in these 2 weeks.
Yeah.
How awesome is that?
Yours is cooler, but...
No. Let's not do that game.
But...
Now, listen. Is mine cooler? Yes, of course. Of course it's cooler.
Yeah.
But no, real talk, Peyton, this is so awesome.
Thank you.
And this is a great community that I think we have in our small circle.
Yeah.
That empowers us, it motivates us, and it keeps each other in check. And I can't tell you how freaking cool it is. Really take a step back and think about it. You came here a few years ago, you just got out of a pandemic, and boom, you're shooting your first TV role tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
And you get to travel for it to a cool location.
I do. Yeah.
That's pretty amazing, man.
Yeah.
You set out what you came here to do, and that's just freaking awesome. So congrats to both of us.
Thank you.
And, yeah, this is great. It's so nice to be working again. I'm really excited for it. Before we get too far into the show, I got to do the whole,
the whole shebang.
The whole shebang. Thank you. If you're listening live on Idobi Radio right now, make sure you tweet at us or send us an Instagram message.
Yes.
Send it congratulatory to Peyton because it's his first big TV gig. It would mean a lot. And if you're watching the next day on YouTube, make sure you, seductively click the subscribe button.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And really aggressively, really aggressively.
You're losing me.
Really aggressively hit the bell icon.
Okay.
And if you're around people, make them uncomfortable.
Good.
Make sure you do those things because that's what I've been told to do. You know what? Actually, don't do those things. Let me go back. Don't do that stuff and be cool. Should I say that? No.
I don't get what the purpose of going back.
Yeah.
Just why can't you be cool and hit the subscribe and
you know what? That's
icon?
A good point.
Yeah.
I was just trying to do reverse marketing.
Oh, okay.
Has
that proven to work?
I think my way I want to do it, I think would work.
Oh, okay.
Because I know Idobi's doing billboards.
Yeah.
Right? And we just did a photo shoot for them yesterday, which went great. We're looking forward to it. I kind of want now to do a billboard where it's like, hey, don't listen to this show. And it Wesam's World, 3 p.m. Pacific time on Idobi Radio. It's like, what?
Yeah.
That I would want to listen to.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
This might work.
So don't subscribe.
Yeah.
And don't hit the bell icon.
Perfect.
Block us. No, don't block. Don't block. Actually, that's too far. Oh, that made me laugh. How's your week been, dude?
It's been good.
Yeah.
I got my short film footage today. It's been being color graded. It looks so good.
Oh, yes.
I'll show you some of it at the break.
Dude, that's another win. Win.
I got it maybe like 2 hours ago, and I was like, this is so good. I can't wait to start editing it after this weekend.
I can't wait to see it. I mean, I make a cameo.
You do.
I'm really excited for that, dude.
You do.
Okay.
You got good screen time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's going on my reel.
Yes.
Warning to anybody listening or watching this. At some point, I might run out and throw up because...
That's content.
If that happens. And I think I supplemented today, and that might have done it.
I will say that will be the clip if it does happen. And there is no arguing about this. No, that will. And I will follow you to the bathroom with a camera.
Oh, that's fine.
We'll capture everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hate throwing up because I start doing this thing where I'm like putting air back in my esophagus. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like when you want to burp, like on purpose.
Yeah.
And I do that too much, and it ends up hurting me.
Yep.
So I literally have to just stand, like consciously make an effort not to do that.
Yeah.
Because for some reason I want to do that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I think it's the swallowing because your mouth starts salivating, right?
Yeah.
We might need to stop talking about this because
Fair.
this is not helping at all.
Fair.
We have a guest coming in a little bit, and I'll introduce them here in a second. I'm really happy to be working again. I don't know if the deadline article is going to come out by the time this comes out. I hope it does, but just in case it doesn't, I don't want to give it away. But I'm just happy to be working, and I get to travel a little bit, so there'll be a couple episodes on the go, on location, out of the country, which is really exciting. Yeah. I've never been to Mexico before, so I'm...
Gotcha. So we can say that. We can say you're going to...
Mexico.
Cool,
Yeah. I'll be near the Mayan pyramid things that they have there.
You should record there.
At the Mayan pyramids?
Yeah. You should do the episode there and just interview random people coming and touring.
Oh, my gosh. That actually might... Me walking around...
Yeah.
And just
talking to random people.
That actually might be funny. Be like, all right, so this is my first time at the Mayan things. Oh my gosh, that actually might really... Now, how do I get video onto this as well? GoPro?
Yeah. You could be that cliche selfie stick tourist. You could just full on... Dude, have you seen this guy on TikTok? I know I'm going on a bit of a tangent. He's a train spotter. And he just documents himself watching trains. And he has a GoPro on his head to capture his reaction. But it's way too close to his face. So it's just like a weird... He looks like a PlayStation 1 character with the diamond. It's just... I'll show you video. I'll pull it up here too. It's way too close at a down angle. He looks like a weird alien creature. And he's just so excited to see these trains. So he's sitting here going... with this just this little British guy who loves watching trains.
That was terrifying what you just did.
I know. That's his laugh though. He's so excited.
Oh my gosh.
I made it sound like Pennywise a little bit. It's a little more pure and innocent.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it's a very high pitch.
Goodness gracious, dude. That really scared the crap out of me the way you did that. I was like, I'm not checking this out. Speaking of, what do you know the name of it?
No.
All right. Well, I'm a big fan of the Carbonaro effect.
What's that?
It's that magic trick I showed you.
Yeah, what the hell happened there? Time out. I loved the guy's reaction. Everything. The video was great, but I legit was sitting there trying to figure out how the fuck they did that.
Can we put it in right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the clip that we're talking about, and if you're listening live on Idobi Radio, I'll explain the clip to you right after we play it right now. Oh my God. It's priceless.
Yeah.
Now I got to ask you, what would you do in that scenario?
I don't know, man. It's funny because he was more amazed than scared.
Right.
And that's such a funny way to think of it. He was just sitting there oh, wow. Whereas if we had somebody like Jonte in that situation, oh, he's out. He's done.
Oh my God. How do we get that how do we do that trick for Jonte?
Well, we got to figure out how the hell they did the trick in the first place. That's the thing.
That was very impressive.
It was very impressive.
Now, the only way I could think of how they did it, trapdoor behind or directly below them. That's the only way.
It's so fluid, though.
It is.
It's crazy.
I know. And it's less magic when you actually see versions of that on the side. You're like, oh, whoa, they move quickly.
Yeah.
But what a great little show. I'm obsessed with that guy now.
I'm going to have to check out more of that.
I would literally just go and act like I didn't notice her change. Be like, oh, cool. Well, Jim, 1 second. Jim, and just never come back. I have a weird fear of witches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had a recurring nightmare for years and years and years of a witch at my old house, which I thought was haunted.
Oh,
and
shit.
Yeah, I have a thing about scary old ladies.
You want to hear Halloween 2019?
Sure.
From me? Okay. So where my parents live, this weird couple moved in in a couple houses down.
Yeah.
And they don't take care of the house. The grass isn't mowed, anything ever. 1 a.m, on a Halloween night, me and Mads were in Tulsa. We were visiting during that time, and we're driving to my parents' house. At 1 in the fucking morning, we see her in long black hair, in a cloak, candles all around her in her front yard with a book in front of her going,
What? Are you
and we're
serious?
just like, that was my reaction.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is absolutely terrifying. I don't know what I would probably would have screamed.
We should introduce you to her is where I was going with this, because she's
Absolutely
in
not.
Tulsa.
Absolutely
You
not.
go and do a reading.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Trust me.
No.
It'll be a Wesam's World episode. It'll be good.
We'll think about it, but absolutely not. Wow, that's no. That makes me uncomfortable.
Wesam's World witch episode.
Oh my gosh. How old is she?
I think she's like in her late 20s.
Okay, I'll do
But there's
that.
good witches.
There's good witches. I'll do
Most
that.
of them are good witches.
Oh, dude. Okay, yeah. Look, I gotta introduce the guest today. This is making me uncomfortable. Ladies and gentlemen, he hasn't been on in probably 4 years, 50 years, 6 years, 10 years. I haven't seen him in person. I'm looking at him right now in over a year and a half, I think, at least. He hosts the best morning show, in my opinion, the Brett Davern Show, featuring Katie Leclerc every morning at 7 a.m. Pacific time on Idobi Radio, and it's something you definitely have to check out. I sincerely mean that. He is a great actor, and you will definitely recognize him. So when we come back from the break, we're going to be sitting down with Brett Davern. It's been way too long.
Yeah, it really has. It's not my fault though.
I feel like
it's
it's
not
your
our.
fault.
I don't think it's our fault. You feel like it's my fault, but
Yeah.
I just said I don't think it's either one of our faults.
Like, I'm coming in aggressive.
But we
today.
said it at the same time, so you definitely think it's my fault.
Are we going to do another episode of NCIS LA together?
I hope so. Have they called? Do they need those two characters to meet back up on a boat somewhere?
Did you not know they're doing the spin-off for those two characters
For
only?
those,
It was their highest rated episode by like 10 times.
every
So they're like,
episode is about whether or not I have Ebola.
dude, we did a quarantine episode
I know.
together.
I actually thought about that. I was thinking about that the other week, actually. I was thinking about when we did that because I was like scrolling back through Instagram or something, and like it's really freaky, by the way, to scroll back through your Instagram and then you stop on certain pictures and you look at it and you go, oh, I really remember that moment, such as shooting NCIS with you, and then going, oh my God, that was like 3 years ago. Or it says like 2019. When did we shoot that? Like 2019?
Yeah.
Maybe 2018 even.
No, it's 2019.
Are you sure? Like
Yeah.
the beginning maybe though. It was a long time ago is my point.
Yeah.
And it's like it just, I don't know, it freaks me out. But anyway, I was looking at that moment and then I was thinking about the episode because I thought, oh my God, that's pre-pandemic, pre-quarantine. And there we are talking about a ship that's going to be quarantined for some illness.
I know.
That, by the way, wound up being all psychosomatic on the show. Not the real pandemic. Not that the real pandemic is psychosomatic. Make that clear.
I thought you were anti-pandemic, anti-vax. and
I
stuff
am
like that.
anti-vax.
Okay.
I'm anti-vax, anti-vaxxers. Wait, I'm anti-anti-vaxxers. There it is.
There you go.
I finally got it.
Oh
No,
my
I am not
gosh.
anti-vax. I tweeted the other day about these anti-vaxxers, and they
Yeah.
got me into some. They don't like that. They get upset.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
Like-
they get mad.
Oh,
They don't like it.
Hey. I know.
Okay. Have you had some experience on
Hey.
Twitter?
I did an episode with a flat earther. I know.
Oh yeah.
I
Dude,
know, my man.
There's so much to talk about. First of all, like I don't even know where you want to begin or which road you want to go down.
I want to just
because we
say
could do
this.
flat Earth for a long time. We could do anti-vax.
I'll start off with this. I just want to recall one great memory I had was when I didn't know that LL Cool J
Yeah.
was improving with me
Yeah.
on set, and then he came back behind and told me he was.
Yeah.
And then was that the see? Now I don't even remember the memory.
So my first like kind of get together back after this whole pandemic was a friend's birthday party that I was at, And it was, it's like a small gathering outside, and everybody was feeling comfortable and everything. And it felt good to be with everyone. And I was telling this story of you and LL Cool J because we were just talking about, like, what was your last job or, like, whatever. And I was like, oh, my God, mine was forever ago. And then I was like, oh, it was with Wesam. And, it was hilarious.
You have to tell it on air.
I was just retelling that story, like, a week ago So Wesam is like, we're doing like rehearsal for the scene or something, and it's the scene where like, hey, everything's okay, we all made it out of it, kind of like the final like scene of the episode where it's like, ha ha ha, wasn't that a crazy misunderstanding? And so Wesam's like, good working with you, like to the character, to his character, your character to his character, and you slapped him on the arm when you said it, kind of like a, hey, good buddy, like, like,
hey, I'll be honest with you, I kind of slapped him hard.
you honestly, like, LL Cool J took a half a step forward. That's how hard.
Dude, when he hit me back,
you hit him and he went like this. He went like,
bro,
like he had to catch himself. You hit him so hard,
bro. When he hit me back, no joke. That was like, I was like, I stopped acting.
You guys have to understand.
I'm
thinking of it from my, like, because you guys were across from me. Like, the blocking was such that I'm like, and I had no line. I had like 2 lines in the whole scene, so I don't really have much to do. I'm just like a spectator watching you hit him so hard that this giant man is knocked off balance. And he gave you a look like, are you effing serious? Like, he took that half step forward and then gave you a look like, you have lost your mind. And then I think right after that line that you deliver, and then when you smacked him, the two of us leave, right? The scene?
No, what happened was right before we leave, he slaps me back.
He slapped you back. That's what it was.
But it was one of those backhanded ones, and the force of which he did it in, I was like, oh, this dude isn't acting anymore.
Well, he gave you a look. It was crazy. It was crazy. But then what was so funny was that we went behind the set together, obviously, and they kind of, the main cast usually has kind of their own area. And so the two of us were going like whispering, like, do you think he's pissed? Like, do you think he, like, he was kidding, right? And then you were like, no, I think he was like kidding. I was like, I don't know if he was kidding. Like,
and then we heard everybody laugh afterwards.
Yeah.
And then I went up to him and I was just like, oh, hey, man, I hope you didn't like. And he's like, no, man, we're acting.
He's like,
and
I'm all
like,
good.
oh, yeah, we're acting. And it was so awkward. And I was sweating because I'm like, man, this is so, like, I don't know if he really means it. But then he followed me back, remember? Because we had gone back to the where we sit.
Yeah.
And then all I hear is, Wesam. Wesam.
Where's Wesam at?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, this might be an incident.
But like, it was kind of aggressive because he wasn't going like, hey, has anyone seen Wesam? He was going like, where's he at?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh shoot, I might get hit by, dude. And for those of you who don't know, LL Cool J, aka Todd Smith.
Todd, you can't call him LL on set.
He is jacked.
He's yoked, like out of his mind.
And I'm talking about solid. I've hit trees not as hard as him.
Well,
I'm not exaggerating.
You made him take a step forward.
There you go. Oh my God.
No, seriously, and the shirt he was wearing too. He was wearing like this, like kind of what you're wearing now, like a long sleeve, like. But his arms are like the size of my leg.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so funny, man. That was so funny. I just remember us being like, I think he's. Yeah, no, it's fine. And then you hear, Wesam.
Hey man, I was just acting. I was just acting. He's like, yeah, man, that's part of the scene. Oh yeah, I thought you were for real. No, man, that's acting. We got to give it. Oh, okay. Is that acting? I don't, because I couldn't tell.
But also, it's like it's funny because he's like such a nice guy.
Very nice. He's great.
But when you're first greeted there, because he's LL Cool J, but he doesn't go by LL Cool J on that set. So one of the first things they tell you when you get there is like, hey, by the way, it's Todd, not LL Cool J. So even though he's a cool guy, it makes you kind of think like, oh, like, okay, I hope he's cool. Like, or is he kind of weird, or like, you don't really know. So he kind of like knocks you off balance anyway, a little. He does. So maybe that's why we were kind of like, wait, was he kidding? Oh, maybe he is difficult, even though he's not at all, and turns out to be the nicest guy in the world.
He's super nice, and he's actually super knowledgeable about more than you would think about. Obviously, he's a musician and a rapper and an artist. But we talked about Tool for a little bit, which I was like, oh wow, that's very.
The band?
The band Tool, and
Yeah.
because I really like them, and I was explaining to him why, and then we talked about it, and then he has his own podcast on Sirius, I think. Yeah. This is a fun fact. My first time I ever met him was on the first episode I did, and I'm still at that point somewhat of a green actor. This is when I was filming Awkward, actually. And it's my first scene I'm doing with him and some of the main cast members. And he, he's a huge dude.
Yeah.
He's huge. And I go, oh, hi, my name is Wesam. He's like, Todd, nice to meet you.
He just stares you down.
He's staring at me, and I'm doing this thing where I'm like,
hey, what's up?
And he just keeps staring at me, dude. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. Should I say something else?
Yeah.
But no, he's a super nice dude.
I think he knows, his, people like him, too, like other big celebrities, too, like that, aura that they come with, you know? And some of them are really, I find, aware of it and play with it in a really fun and good-natured way, which he obviously does.
Yeah.
And then other people use it to, put that wall up and be distant or whatever. But I like that he kind of knows he's intimidating, right? He knows he's LL Cool J, one of the biggest celebrities on the planet. And I like that he kind of fucks with people a little bit.
Yeah. That's really
it's
cool.
fun. And he has a good sense of humor about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Okay.
I don't know. Do you want to talk about LL Cool J for the whole time?
Well, we might as well.
We could. If
No,
you want.
I'm kidding. I mean, I would like to actually work with him more on a consistent basis. He just, you know what?
I guess
finding the right
We will talk
project
about
to
him.
work with him would be a dream. No, I want to know about you because I haven't seen you
Yeah.
in such a long time.
Yeah, man.
Your family's doing okay?
Everybody's good, man. Everybody's good. Yeah.
Okay.
We're
How's acting been?
non-existent. You
Yeah.
know, other than self-tapes. You know.
Yeah. How are you doing with those?
Good. There's been callbacks. There's been callbacks that are the Zoom callbacks. You know.
How do you like those?
I mean, I hate all of it. You know, I hate all of it. I think every actor does. I think actors are lying when they say they actually like them. I think self-tapes, meaning self-tapes. I think that self-tapes are fine for a pre-read or just kind of the first submission. Sorry, I hit my microphone. I think they're fine for that, and honestly, I kind of like it for that because you don't have to drive all over town. You're not sitting in traffic. It's a lot more efficient. But when it comes down to callbacks or whatever, it's gonna suck if we don't get to go back into the room with people. Just your natural way of speaking, and the rhythm is off. You know, I was doing a callback. I had it was more than a callback. It was a couple of callbacks down the line, and we were doing this Zoom thing, and it was great. They were loving it. The whole room was laughing. I was just on it. You know when you just know, you know what I mean? And we get done and they're like, that was so great. They're like, the last two lines though, you were just frozen. The internet, you know what I mean? Your Zoom window was just frozen.
What?
They're like, we could hear you, but the image was frozen. So we got to go back and take it again. And also, why don't you just shut it all down, go restart your router? We want to make crystal clear that it's going to come through this time. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. You know how you're eager to please. You're just yeah, sure, no problem. And it's not to make excuses, but it's just you get back on and it just wasn't the same. It wasn't there. It wasn't whatever. And I'm like, man, if I was in the room, they're recording with their eyes, not the internet, you know? So I don't know. I think sometimes it's fine and sometimes it sucks. But whatever. But also I just don't know what this business is right now either. So who the fuck knows?
You know, I talked about this with Katie last week, and I think they have to go back into the rooms because they're not getting the best possible result, even though it might be more cost efficient for them.
Mm-hmm.
But one of my biggest things is whenever I go into the room, I'm able to ask them a quick question hey, just real quick, are they leaning more towards this kind of character or is it more downplayed, and I can just get that answer right off the bat, and then I can adjust immediately. Otherwise, with a self-tape, it's so up in the air, and sure, I could do multiple takes, but I'm going to do the take that's most truthful to me, and then hoping that they're like, is he directable? That's what it is.
It's hard. It's like, so, sometimes I'll send like multiple takes, which I've heard people do, and I don't know your thoughts on that. I've heard some people say, no, I send take 1, take 2, take 3, and I make them a little different. Oh, okay. I've heard some casting directors don't like that. I mean, it's all very just up in the air. I don't know. I feel like the sort of analog version of auditioning, the way that it used to be, when you would just go in, do your thing, they either give you feedback or they don't like your first read and they just kick you out, is just more efficient and makes more sense, and you get better performances, and not to mention not just the performances, but the banter in the room, the just kind of shooting the shit. Like the rhythm is just all off on Zoom. Like us right now talking.
Yeah.
It's a completely different rhythm than if we were doing our morning show, which we do basically via Zoom. The rhythm is completely off.
Yeah, because the delay is there.
Yeah, the delay is built in. People don't interject the same way they used to. I find that people are doing it in life when we hang out now. I wonder if everyone's like conditioned to Zoom, I don't know. It's weird, man. It's a new world. And it's flat. It's flat.
Hey,
is this a good time to bring up our sponsor? Wesam's World, sponsored by flatearth.com. Go to flatearth.com. Use promo code Wesam's World for
how happy 20%
off
if I did
your
that?
Flat Earth.
They would be so thrilled.
20% off your first Flat Earth purchase.
I'll address that in just a second. But I think also I talked to an EP buddy of mine who's producing shows currently, and he said they've run into problems where they've had to whittle down recurring characters because whenever they cast them off the tape, they bring them in a set and they're not delivering, and they can't be redirected.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how do you know? I mean, someone who's sending in a self-tape, they could be, I don't know. Like, I don't care about anyone's process or whatever. So not to throw any shade, but I'm just saying, like, maybe they're taping it with their coach and it's the 200th take. Like, how do they know?
Who are you reading with?
Well, Katie mostly. We just record them at her place after we're done doing all the shows and all that. I've thought about that. If I had a better scene partner. No, she's awesome. I mean, I send in great tapes. Like, the thing is, it's always good feedback. It's never bad feedback. I just feel like with the tapes and without being able to show the rest of you that comes with the performance, it's a lot easier to say no. It's just a lot easier to, like, on a tape, just go like, what else you got? I don't know. But can I tell you this, though, too?
No.
Well, I'm going to anyway. I can't, like, no matter how many times I ask to see an example of, like, a good tape, no one will ever send me one, which is really weird.
What?
I'm telling you.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. I didn't understand that.
Whatever, I talk about self-tapes with reps or with whoever, producers even, whoever. And we just get onto the subject, how can I send in better ones? What could I do? Just like every actor, I'm sure, wants to know how they can get ahead or whatever. And everyone goes, I'll send you examples of, like, good tapes. And I go, great. No one ever does. I don't know what that is.
I can send you one.
Please do. No one ever does. You mean of yourself?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it was probably that good. I mean, like, a good actor.
Oh. Huh. You working?
No, that's why I wouldn't send you one of mine.
Oh, okay. No, I'm kidding. Okay. I'm always curious to talk with actors in this part because you've had a very interesting career, and
what do you mean had? It's still going. It's rude.
I didn't mean to come out like that.
Just kidding. Like, what are you, Zach?
I realized the way I just
what
said
is this,
it.
between two ferns?
So
betwixt the coffee table? Or no, what is this? What are we? Across the coffee table. That's what it is. Across the coffee table with Wesam Galifianakis.
we'll work on it. We'll work on the name. It's okay.
I'm just workshopping. I'm just workshopping over here.
No, I'm curious to know, have you had times during this pandemic where you've been riddled with anxiety about working again, and how do you get?
Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, like how do you feel like, okay, I'm gonna work again, or how do you stay in a healthy mindset as an actor, as an artist, to deliver without, getting
It's funny.
work.
I feel like, okay.
Does that make sense what I'm asking?
Yeah, totally. I think it's a faceted answer for me. I think that, like, have I been riddled with anxiety about the business or acting or whatever? No, not at all. If anything, this has made me not care at all about acting. Hi, Mom.
Really? Like, you don't
No, for real, because I mean,
Okay.
dude, it's like everything was shut down. Like, we were at home. Like, you're not going anywhere. You're not seeing anyone. You're not doing the normal daily grind. You're finally free of, I mean, honestly, it's like a big snow day for everybody. For a while at the beginning, it was like nothing is happening. Like, you don't have to worry about 2 meetings today and then driving across town and then a coffee with that person and then going over to this audition here and then over to here. It was like this huge mental break, and it went on for so long that it was like, I don't know if I necessarily miss that rat race anymore, really. So, like, anxiety over not getting a job again, like, no, because I just figured, well, it'll come back at some point, and maybe I'll come back with this attitude where I don't give a shit as much anymore. Because to be perfectly honest with you, the best advice I've ever gotten as an actor is to, like, start caring less, and I've never booked more in my entire life when I didn't give a shit. And so these self-tapes and, like, this whole time has just been like, yeah, I'll send it off and, like, we'll see what happens. And I've been getting, like I said, like, more callbacks and, like, getting good feedback all the time and doing better because I don't feel like I'm so worried about if it comes back or not, because I kind of feel like it's all just fake anyway or something. Is this making sense, or am I just rambling?
So I gotta address this part of what you said, because I've heard actors say that, and just care less. Care less.
Yeah.
Are you implying that whenever you self-tape, you're not, like, putting in the work, or are you still putting in the same amount of work, but you're not necessarily caring whether you book it or not? But that's so difficult to do. So how do you not care about booking it?
To explain. I think for me, I can only say for me, obviously, like, because I hear actors say it too. And I'm just thinking, like, it must be different for everybody. For me, what caring less means, or whatever, means about getting the job or not. It doesn't mean care less and so you do less work or you don't take the work as seriously or whatever. It means, like, if you walk in like, I got to get this job, like, or I haven't booked a job in a while and I just really need this one. It's like caring about the getting it. Like, sometimes you might like try to dress up or something and it just looks so desperate. It comes off as, like, off-putting, because this whole business is about, like, selling yourself. Obviously, we all know this, and, like, nobody wants to hire the desperate person clinging on to the whatever, and they can feel it. So for me, it's more about me caring less about pleasing them or doing that certain thing that books me the job. It's more a reminder of myself to, like, I don't even know if this is making sense. It makes sense in my head, but, like, it's a reminder for myself to, like, just sort of be present and be more about the work and the character and care less about the business of Hollywood that surrounds it, and care more about the character, the performance, the work that went into it, the lines, all of that stuff. Because if I go in wanting the job, I never do well, ever. I have to convince myself that I don't want every job.
I think, just to clarify what you said, to refine it.
Because I don't know if it made sense or not. I was rambling.
I think I'm understanding what you're saying. You're pulling your mind's focus away from the thought of, I really want this, I really want this, and really want this, and shifting it over to where it should be, and that's being present when you're auditioning or doing a self-tape, focusing on the work, the character, the moment, your scene partner, what you're doing, and that focus becomes easier whenever you've maybe practiced a lot or you're still in class or whatever. So I think that's where it's a shift of focus, because of course the wanting to book is always going to be there, because you'd have to be a psychopath, literally a psychopath, to do this and be like, oh, I don't want the job, because I hear that all the time, and I think those are the wrong choice of words. I think it's has
not
to be
true either.
Changing the focus, shifting the focus to the work, because that's what you have control over, and that's what will provide results.
I'll be, also too, like, I think something I never really realized when I was a younger actor. Now we're talking about going into the room, which, like we said, we don't even know if that's coming back.
It's coming back. It's coming back.
I think it will. Hopefully, it will. Knock on wood. Whatever.
It's already happening with some stuff. Just
good.
So you know. Yeah.
Perfect. So one thing I think I didn't really realize as a younger actor is how much the performance starts the second you walk in the door. You know, it's not about like when they say action and you start doing the lines. I mean, it really, for the casting director, it really starts when you walk through the door.
Of course.
And so on top of everything we just talked about, me telling myself to care less is also talking to myself about those moments where I'm Brett when I walk in. Because sometimes Brett walks in a little too smiley and a little too, hey, how you doing? And a little too like
ugly,
totally like
piece of shit,
real estate salesman, used car salesman. I mean, not exactly.
Just lost my damn mind.
He was probably pushing. You're probably pushing a little bit there.
I was pushing. Can we take it back to one?
So reminding myself to care less is also about that part of it. Is also reminding myself to just honestly, like, it's my way of saying to myself, like, be cool, because the parts that we go for, a lot of times, you know, it is like the cooler person in the thing sometimes, at least, especially when we were younger, and like if you go in like, you know, Mr. like, it just, unless that's the character, it's like I found that it hurts you. Like going in being the nicest guy in the world never really served me, to be honest. So
I have a little trick.
It's kind of my story.
No, you're absolutely right. And my trick is doing what you said. I'm already walking in as the character.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like if he's a psychopath, I'm going in like.
No, but like a little bit with like a little that in your mind. I mean.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And so you're there. And at the same time, it's a weird balance game because you're not there to chit chat.
No.
But if they strike up a conversation with you, you don't want to be rude.
Well, that's my biggest problem. I mean, come on. Like I have like 6 radio shows. Like I could talk my ass off. And so the problem is when they start to chitter chatter around, like I try to be all funny and quippy and stuff. And I've found that unless it's a comedy, that really hurts me a lot of the time. What? What'd you say? You son of a gun.
When you just start talking, you just bore them, and they're like,
Jesus
oh my
Christ,
God, this guy has 6 shows.
Speaking
of, when we come back, we're going to talk about your 6 shows.
Okay.
And maybe do less, or do you
want to? This is me already doing less. All right, I'll do much less.
All right. Hey, stay tuned. We've got a lot more to talk about, and also, big secret that he's going to divulge.
Yeah. I have a
big secret. He's coming out. That's a hint. That's a hint. Leaving his family. We'll be back after the break. So is Mrs. Davern like cool with, you know,
what?
your secret and stuff like that? Like
my big announcement?
Yeah, your big announcement stuff.
Well, I haven't told her I'm making this, and this is an exclusive, dude.
This is an exclusive?
Including within my family. Like,
dude, how
knows.
Messed up would that be?
Well, you don't know what the announcement is. You're having all your little fun there, but you don't know what it is.
I know.
Yeah, you think you know. You don't have any idea.
Are you gonna announce it?
Not right now.
When are you gonna do it?
Well, I want them to stick around for the end of the show.
Okay, we'll stick around.
It's what we call a tease.
Okay, I'm not a teaser.
It's not what I've heard.
I'm in, out.
Well, I've heard that.
Dude, I was about to say some stuff.
You can.
I can, but then Peyton would have a lot of work to do.
Well, you know, Peyton, it's not like Peyton doesn't have enough to do.
So, listen, how boring is it just being in a house with your kids and wife for a whole year and a half?
I haven't really been there.
Good. Hey, good for you.
I've decided to.
Good for you.
I abandoned them during the pandemic.
That's the way it should be. And during the fires, I remember that.
Yeah.
I saw you in a hotel.
No, I got out of there, dude. Yeah.
Where are you?
I was like, I'm out, man. Fire's scary.
Daddy.
No, it's actually like we moved all the stuff that we do for all the podcasts and everything over to Katie's place, which is like 5 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
And we got like another table and like set up. I mean, basically what you guys have set up here at her place. And so I'm really there from like 6:30 in the morning till at least like 1 or 2 in the afternoon, because we've added shows during all this thing and everything. So like I'm not to say that I'm not there, because I mean I get home at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But so it's actually been kind of awesome to have like a ton of family time, and then also like all the time spent on working.
How many shows are you doing now? You're doing the Brett Davern morning show.
Well, we do that show, 5 days a week, yeah.
And then you have the Seahawks podcast.
Then a Seahawks podcast about the Seahawks that's on a predominantly sports podcast network called Believe. They have like 300 podcasts on this network.
Right.
It's growing like crazy. They just hooked us up with guys that used to work at ESPN, and they're doing all the graphics for the show now. So like that show, which I do with a former All-Pro linebacker, his name's Lofa Tatupu. He's like should be in the Ring of Honor for the Seahawks. And he's a great guy, went to USC down here and all that. But so we do the show together, but like it looks like it's on ESPN or something graphically.
Oh, cool.
It looks amazing. They're the Believe network is like putting so much behind the show. It's awesome. And then I just started up with two other buddies a show
Pride?
that's about the new what? What did he say? What did he say? I don't have headphones. Wesam does his podcast with no headphones, so I can't hear a word he says.
White Pride.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm not even gonna dignify that.
I'm kidding. He doesn't do a podcast called White Pride.
I love that he has to
kidding
yell
me?
he's kidding. I know you're kidding, but I'm not even dignifying it. Peyton's now more white than he was when I walked in. All the color drained. Whatever color Peyton had has drained from his face.
Can you imagine Brett doing all these great podcasts and then he lists and White Pride?
Jesus. Well, I was doing all those podcasts, everybody. I gotta go.
Shit.
Bye.
He doesn't do that. It's a
No,
joke.
we started another one about because the city of Seattle, my hometown, just got their very first ever NHL franchise. So they now have a pro hockey team. So we started a podcast about that now that we're doing also for the Believe Network, like I was just talking about. And then Radioactive Dads with our buddy Nathan Kress from iCarly, still going strong.
Great.
And doing that. So it's like we added the extra show, and then we also have just been spending a lot more time, like, you know, that we now have working on our shows because all the other stuff that we used to busy ourselves with, auditions and all that kind of stuff, just was non-existent. You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
With Radioactive Dads, Nathan Kress is. I saw 2 billboards, literally in a 1 mile radius for iCarly here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's
He's
great
big
for him.
time.
It's the big reboot that's coming in for that. And
Yeah,
then
he's
do you
big time, and he directs that too. Like Nathan is like, he's such a good dude, and I mean, the fact that we even have time to do a podcast together is amazing, and he's been awesome in terms of like with his time and all that kind of stuff. And it's so fun to do it, and we're having so much fun on it, and yeah, it's a great time. And I'm just so happy for him and the show coming back and all that. And it's like, I think Paramount Plus, something about like 60% of the people who signed up that week, or it was more than that, like 80% or something, like signed up and only watched iCarly and then didn't watch anything else. Like that show is huge. It's enormous how big that show is. And so, yeah, congratulations to him on all that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just pretty amazing that at least you've taken advantage of, you know, one of your skill sets and one of the things you like to do, talk. And
Yeah.
I'm always amazed at how much people talk about sports
Yeah.
because I think the only sport I really like is MMA.
Yeah.
And I can only talk about, I mean, I could probably talk about that actually a while about that. But,
Yeah. You can.
but I know, no, even with that, no, that's not
You
true.
can't talk about MMA for 35 minutes. I bet we could right now.
No.
You want to test it?
No.
Peyton, start the clock.
No, do you watch MMA? Like
Yeah. What do you want
UFC
to talk?
and-
Bones Jones? You want to talk the
What you
Gracie family? What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Ken Shamrock? You want to talk about Iceman Chuck Liddell? You want to talk about your boy Tito Ortiz down in Long Beach running amok on the city council?
Bro,
You want to talk about?
Hold on, I want to talk about Tito Ortiz. That whole thing.
I actually probably shouldn't talk. I've met Tito Ortiz. I shouldn't talk about him. He was nice to me. So but I
Yeah.
don't know what he's doing now, but he was nice to
Man,
me.
it sucks when people really get extreme about their politics.
Yeah, I
that's
heard
all I'm
it's
gonna
all
say.
about politics,
That's
yeah.
that's all I'm gonna say, and it really does suck.
But can I say something about him real quick though? Not to whatever, but
He's not a piece of shit. I don't think
where I met him was on a children's hospital visit for charity. So I'm
Oh,
just
wow.
saying, like, and
Yeah.
he was great the whole time, you know, taking pictures and whatever, affable, humble, down to earth guy. And it's just, yeah. Anyway, I was reading some of that. I was like, whoa. But anyway,
Well,
you know.
Yeah, it just sucks, man.
What do I
And
know?
I hope you get less political on your social media feed, because I think it's hurting you, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, dude, I lost so many followers over the course of the pandemic. Speaking
Really?
of scrolling back through Instagram, I was scrolling back through.
How many did you lose?
I got so political. Oh, thousands. I mean, yeah. Probably close to like 10,000, maybe something like that.
That's not bad.
No, I mean when you have millions, I didn't even notice. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But I bet those were bots.
Yeah, I don't know.
I lost a ton on Twitter. I lost half.
I lost. Well, they did that big Twitter purge, yeah. But I couldn't. Dude, Instagram's just such. Well, whatever. Peyton, edit that out.
What's Instagram? Wait. Yeah, like I don't get that. What's with Instagram?
No, it's like
sorry.
social
These
media
are
is
so
just such
one-directional.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Social
okay.
media is just such a like necessary evil. Like I hate it, but I have to use it, and I realize its benefits, but also it drives me. It's annoying. It's like having a complete other full-time job that like doesn't really pay you. It's just annoying.
TikTok has taken over my life. There's so many good videos on TikTok.
No, refuse to sign up for that. I never had a
So
Facebook
good,
either,
dude.
so I'm pretty sure I'll never have a TikTok.
It's what Vine should have been. TikTok is, and it's so cool. I tried using it to upload one video, and I was like, "Oh, I'm done. This is too complicated. This is way too complicated for me. Not doing all this editing for one silly video."
Nah, we do TikTok for the shows, but I just record it and then send it off. I'm like, I can't. I'm not gonna download it. It's a rabbit hole. I'm not going down it.
Why are you crying? I feel like messing with you. Ever since you, I don't know why, because I haven't seen you in a while. I just feel like messing with you.
Dude, what do you mean? Like,
I don't know. Take off your shoes. Get comfortable, man.
I don't want to take off my shoes.
All right.
I am comfortable.
Yeah?
I'm
the
actually
shirt.
really
The
comfortable.
shirt's okay.
Thanks, dude.
Not a fan of it, but it's
Well,
okay. It looks
whatever.
good on you.
Well, I didn't. We all can't shop at Baby Gap. You know what I mean? Like, him and Simon Cowell go to the same place to get T-shirts.
You know where I got this from?
Where?
Sam's Club. I was looking for thermals.
Simon Cowell's walk-in closet.
It's so comfy. It kept me warm during my.
Peyton, please go find a clip of Simon Cowell from American Idol and put it, or like we need a side by side. Yeah.
I would love in the future,
Just for the T-shirts.
once my acting career, like I get some really big accomplishments, and if they
Yeah.
ever
When
do
is
an
that going to
acting,
happen?
you gotta let me finish. Okay.
Do I?
Listening. That's the first rule of acting, Brett.
It's been too long.
All right, you gotta listen. Show me some of your self tapes, and I'll show you what you're doing wrong. Okay. I want to be on a judging show for acting, but I want to be the Simon Cowell of that show.
Oh my God.
I would love to do that.
God.
Hey, by the way, we're announcing it here as well.
That would be fun. I would host it.
Oh.
Dude, let me be Ryan Seacrest. So you be one of the judges. I'll be the guy who just brings the kids into the room and does the like back home stories.
Oh, you'd be good at that.
Like, yeah, that's what,
Oh, dude, he would actually be very good at
for
that.
real. I'll just be like, Joel's from Spokane, and Joel has been the lead of every high school play since the 8th grade. And then I'm like, I'm the one opening the door and be like, have fun in there, Joel. And then, of course, you're like,
Joel, that was terrible. You weren't even listening to anything. Your scene partner was saying, "What's your objective?" You see, you don't even know what it is. So how are we supposed to know what that is, dude? Get out of here.
So then he comes back outside the door, and I go, how'd it go in there, Joel? Even though I have an earpiece in, I know exactly what happened. I'm like, what was Wesam like? How was he? Did he have some criticism for you, Joel? How tight was his shirt?
What I was going to say is we're doing a bad movie night here with people of Idobi.
Oh, that's fun.
And so we're going to be videoing our reactions.
That's fun.
And so we're inviting you and Katie to
I'm
one
in.
episode. So we'll figure out. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
We're going to do the first episode with the Guys Night crew and the second episode with some people with Idobi.
That sounds
and then
fun.
with each show, we're actually going to bring in people so they can so it's just more of,
Yeah, I'm
something
in.
I love doing, and it's something I bet
Yeah.
you would love commenting
Oh,
on
dude,
it.
I love watching bad movies, though.
Yeah.
It's a pastime of mine.
Hey, should we tell them which movie we want to see?
Which, for me, my movie, or
The movie, the movie we're going to
Oh, it's
watch
a
when you're
group
there?
thing?
Yeah, with
Yeah.
you and Katie.
Okay, yeah.
Katie said she just filmed the Amazon Prime movie.
Oh, is that what we're going to watch?
I think.
We're going to watch her movie?
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to get bad. We're going to probably get in an argument after that. Because I'm
Uh-oh.
going to be far too mean, probably.
To her?
Or about the movie, probably. She
She-
says it's bad, right?
Did she tell you about it?
No, yeah, I know about it.
okay,
I'm
okay.
saying well, I don't know what she's saying, like, on podcasts about it, though. But, no, I'm just saying, like...
Wait, did she mention anything on it? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Now I got worried that I was like, wait, did we have this conversation off air?
No, I'm
yeah.
sure, like, she's not very complimentary.
We'll
of it.
figure out
I'm
which
just
movie,
saying,
but anyway, you're invited.
No, that would be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
That would
It'll be a lot of fun.
We should do that movie. I'm not saying we shouldn't do that movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We still got to make sure it's cool with
I'm
Katie.
just saying it's going to be a bloodbath. That's all I'm saying. You know.
Don't hold anything. Here's the thing,
No.
too. We're not choosing mainstream movies.
No.
That's the thing, because
No.
we want to continue to work.
Yeah, of course.
And and I'm telling you this, and I'm looking into the camera when I say it because I'm serious. Every single artist puts out stuff that they're like, man, I'm not proud of that, and that's okay.
Not me.
Like you, it's 90% of your work.
No, not me. No, I'm 100% proud of everything.
You know what was your best work? And to this day, I still love it. The Stanford Prison Experiment.
Yeah, that was good. I like that movie. What's your project you hope no one finds? I mean, other than those videos that are your first jobs that you filmed in the Valley.
You know, that's actually a great question. Oh man.
And we'll leave that as a tease for Idobi.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. We're out of Idobi. We're out of the live version of Idobi. If you want to listen to the full episode, make sure you tune in tomorrow. He's freaking out.
Answer the question. He's not going to answer the question.
You can
You're
figure
gonna
it
have to
out
listen.
tomorrow.
That's a tease. Did you remember earlier in the episode when I was like, "Whoa, that's a tease," and then you just did? That was perfect. That was the perfect tease. You're the perfect tease. Wow.
I'm in and out.
Oh my god.
All right. Hey, we're out. Actually, I'm out. I'm outside. I'm leaving. I got the Uber. Bye. We'll see you tomorrow. The show continues on. Okay. So that's actually a really good question.
Answer the
What
question.
show or TV or project I don't want people to see? Oh, I already know that one.
Yeah.
I already mentioned it last week on air. It's on
What?
YouTube.
What?
It's a thing I did as a favor for someone, and I'll show it to you.
No,
after the
wait,
thing.
hold on. That's a favor. Did you get paid?
No.
No, I mean, what is your professional job? You need, like, I want to know.
I'm proud of all my professional jobs.
No, there's one that you don't want people to see. There has to be.
Oh gosh, actually no, man.
Oh, come on, there has to be.
No.
Join us next time when
I'm being serious.
Wesam actually tells you guys the
It's-
truth.
why does it have
do
to
you
be a
lie to your
paid job?
listeners, man? Why don't you just be honest with your listeners?
Because I want to make money off of this.
Don't lie to your listeners.
I don't care about
You don't
them.
make money by being homogenized, inauthentic. Tell them the truth. Which
Wait,
project?
what'd you say?
You heard me.
You called you what you said? What'd you just say?
Homogenized.
That's not what you said.
Yes, it is.
See, that's a great way to shift an argument and to leave.
Yes, it is.
Gaslighting.
Don't
101
lie
with
to them. Don't lie to them. What project do
Dude,
you
I
hope they
love
don't
li-
watch?
I'm telling you, it's the project I did.
What was
recently
your
for fun.
first ever project? Like
1,000
real
Ways to
one?
Die.
Huh?
1,000 Ways to Die. I played a mime.
See, there you go. That's
It
ridiculous.
was great. It was a great episode.
No,
This
that's
is a great. Have you seen it?
yeah. But if
Have you seen it?
No, of course.
Of
not.
course you haven't seen it.
No, nobody.
Is this
has.
how you raise your kids?
Yes.
Oh,
To be
dude.
honest, yes. I raised them to be honest. That's how I raised them. Yes.
No wonder Mrs. Davern
Honest
is
and
leaving you.
truthful.
What? That's the surprise.
That's my big announcement. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, we're so funny. Oh man.
Come
Man.
on. So 1,000 Ways to Die. Then what was after that?
The Mentalist.
Oh, I've seen that episode. You could say that. That could be an answer.
What's
Yeah.
yours?
Oh man, I have a bunch. Let's see.
I'm being
my
serious though.
first ever jobs were, I mean, these count because I got paid, but they were non-union. I did like these. Well, I mean, I don't really care if people find them. See, this is the point. I don't really care if people find them, but if you want to talk about them, we make fun of them. That's fun. They were like educational films, like STD movies that you'd watch in health class and stuff like that. So it's a lot of like in a school hallway, like, "Hey, Billy, are you going to Joey's party?" And then someone being like, "Of course not. I heard there's going to be drinking."
Oh, okay.
Like, that stuff.
Hey Billy, I'm getting my there's something going on in my
I have a
pants.
rash. It's
Can you
because
check
my,
it out in the bathroom?
my
Wait,
girlfriend
this guy-
touched my pee-pee. now it burns. Hey, Billy. Do you see anything crawling down there?
Hey Billy, can we practice kissing so when we kiss girls? Billy, fucking love you, man.
There was a bullying one. I remember there was an anti-bullying one where I played the bully and I was like shoving kids up against lockers and being like, "What are you on your way to band practice, nerd?"
Oh, yeah. Oh no.
Then we start making out.
Dude, that's the best bully.
But then like someone else would walk by. But then someone else would walk by and then they'd make fun of me. So I actually wasn't the bully.
Oh.
It was an anti-bullying thing where like I was the first bully, and then when we'd start making out, someone else would come by and be like,
So it flipped from like top
Yeah.
to bottom. That's cool.
yeah. And it was the 90s, so they'd say things like, you know, "You're gay," and it was like, "You can't say that."
That's not cool, man.
No.
Wait. Oh, in the thing they said that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you
that
were
was
just
like,
saying that
but
out
that was
loud
like
right now.
back in the day, you know.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing you think you've said on camera? That-
Worst thing on camera?
That maybe the internet will take
One
out
of the Guys
context.
Night episodes. I think it was one of our first one. Yeah. We were talking about some sexual escapades I've done.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about like again like
You weren't
a
there for that
line-
one.
I was thinking of a different Guys Night
Which one?
where I had to bleep you and Isaiah.
Oh, yeah. That one, thank God we bleeped out, or else I think we would have all been canceled and never had a career again.
You think so?
Oh, and no so. I'll tell you what it was afterwards. I'll pull it up for you.
What do you think? This is a dangerous game. Like there's like a game you can make out of this. Like you bring guests on and you're like, say the thing that will get you canceled. So you have them say it and they know you're recording.
Yeah.
And then you play a game where the losers gets played.
That's brutal. I'll be honest with you. If I was a stand-up comedian, I would do that.
Like just before, and you do the recording of them saying it like without anyone. You're the only one that heard it. You know what I mean? So you know what they said.
Yeah.
And then, but like you did it beforehand, like 5
Yeah.
minutes before you start the actual show.
Oof.
Or maybe you don't know what they said at all. Maybe they just go into a room and like just say something into a microphone.
You mean illegal
I
activity?
don't know.
You mean spying on people?
No, like they would know. You'd be like, hey, go in there and say the most insane thing you can think of that would absolutely get you canceled. And we're going to play a game later. And if you lose, we're going to play it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's cool. Do you think one of those networks, the Believe Network, is going to...
It would be brutal, man. Yeah, that would be brutal. But like, what do you think? Is there a line that you've said that you're like, oh.
Yes. The Guys Night episode.
No, but like a written line.
In
like
a show?
something, yeah, like
Yeah,
anything.
it's my Trash Cat episodes on YouTube.
Trash can episodes?
Trash Cat episodes on YouTube.
Oh, Trash Cat.
Yep.
Okay.
But they're written, and
Yeah.
it was just the edgy character. So, and
Yeah.
even for those, if anybody like ever tries to dig them up and like try to use it against me, I'm like, no,
No,
if
it's
you don't like
yeah,
it.
No,
then-
not
yeah,
that
yeah.
they would. I was just wondering. Yeah.
You know what though? I gotta say this, and I don't know how you feel about it. It's cool to me, and I don't mind it because it's part of my artistic journey in my craft. I know a lot of my early episodes, or some episode, or like a good amount of them probably, of my YouTube webisodes I did when I first came out here are cringeworthy. There's
Yeah.
lots of like mistakes,
Sure.
acting mistakes, over the top, or even podcasting. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But I don't mind showing people my growth. And sure, Peyton just farted.
Dude, that is disgusting, bro.
But I don't mind showing people my artistic growth because I'm going to keep doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep getting better at this. So
Yeah.
those don't embarrass me. And when people are like comment or if they do comment or something like, you suck or you do this. And I'm like, oh, cool. I don't give a shit. This is
Yeah.
part of my journey and growth and evolution as an artist. So where's your podcast?
Right.
Where's your webisodes you did? Where's the stuff you did? Like
It's a mature
sincerely,
argument.
I don't care anymore. And when I see people on their growth like that,
Yeah.
I think that's so cool. And one of the examples I'm going to bring up is that guy who sent in a Make Wesam Laugh video. And everything I said, I would say to his face. And I compliment. What's that?
I said, oh, I know.
It was not funny. And it was actually like some of it was amateur production value.
Yeah.
But I commended him for actually putting something out there and putting in the work and the
But
production
then also
value
ripped him.
and critiqued it and told him like why it didn't work.
Yeah.
But I didn't say anything like
I thought the
vicious
the
or
whole
mean.
point of the video was just to make you laugh.
Yeah, this one was really bad.
Well, he wasn't sending it in for your critique.
Well, I did. And
Oh.
and guess what? I
What a
didn't say
dick.
anything mean though to him. Really, I really didn't say anything mean.
Well, how did it go? Was it
No,
taken
he never
well?
responded back. Maybe he never
Oh.
saw it. I don't care. But I still respect him tremendously as an artist for putting his stuff out there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure what he's doing now, I would hope there's a growth. I haven't seen
Yeah.
any of his new stuff, but I assume there is.
But
And
what
that's
if-
awesome.
Yeah.
Because
What if
then
someone else thought it was hilarious?
But that's fine for them. That's just my thing. But that's the thing because now he knows I'm always going to be honest with him on a professional level.
Well, man, you got to tell your truth, you know?
You being sarcastic? I can't tell if you're being sarcastic with that line. You got to tell your truth. Are you making fun of people who say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I just thought it was a funny thing.
Dude,
to
just
say.
start another podcast. Shut the fuck up, dude. What's the next podcast you're going to start?
I don't know. Nothing. I don't want another one.
Come on, man.
There's
Do
too
it.
much work.
Come
on
on, Brett. Do another
no,
podcast.
There's too much work on all these other ones. No, I don't want another one.
Yeah.
No. But I was thinking just as you were saying that, like, yeah, not giving a shit is nice. Like online or whatever, you know, people, like you were saying, like I was political on Instagram and stuff, and people are just so crazy, you know, and I spent the first few rounds of that whenever something like that would pop off, like wanting to reply, wanting to say something bad, going down these rabbit holes with people. But then I just like stopped caring, and it's a lot more fun, really. Especially with what I say too, honestly. Like I think if people really know me, and this is what I was going to say to you a bit ago when we were talking about like have you ever said anything or whatever, it's like if people really know you at your core, especially like people who listen all the time, you know, I mean, how many podcasts is my voice recorded on? If you listen enough, you know me by now. Like you know that who I am in my core, and you know when I'm joking and whatever, and I'm not going to say anything I don't think I'm ever going to say anything that I got to really worry about, so
Nah.
I'm not worried about it, you know?
But also, like, it took you a while to get to your ability as a podcaster,
Yes.
as a person who
Totally.
talks professionally.
Yes.
And that's okay. Like, I
Yes.
don't understand, maybe because the market is so saturated, but when these people comment, and by the way, this goes to all the people, the crazies, the people who are conspiracy theorists, the people who just are trolls, and the people who actually comment nice things. Like, everybody is literally dealing with their own life perspective, their own truths, their own shit, their own hopes and dreams, their own anxieties. And so,
And Wesam will rip you apart for yours.
no, I was so professional. And yeah, like I commented on it, but like that,
I'm
I
just
wasn't going
teasing.
like, man, this sucks. Next one. No, I don't do that. And so what I was going to say is, okay, they said this like ridiculous mean thing. Like, I don't have the bandwidth for that. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And for you to put your journey as an artist online where everybody can see it, of course you're going to have shitty days. Of course
Yeah.
you're going to have shitty episodes. Of course you're going to have moments where it's like, that wasn't that good or it wasn't
Yeah.
this good. But there's going to be improvement, and that's all that matters.
Well, I've just found that, like, this whole episode, I guess this has a theme now. Like, I really have just found that, like, giving less of a shit, whatever that means to you, dear listener, because it means something different to everyone. Like, I'm even having trouble explaining what it means to me. It's a je ne sais quoi. Like, I feel it. I can't really explain it. Like, giving less of a shit in most things always proves better than caring too much. That's just what I've found, and including in the podcasting and stuff.
Redirecting the focus. That's what I think is a better thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because you're focused on your work. You're focused on your family, dude.
Well, I guess to me that's
don't have
just
time
a
for that.
given. To me, that's just a given. That's why I don't say it, I guess.
Yeah, but my problem with that is because when you say you don't give a shit, that means people think, well, how do I not care? It's not about not caring.
Yeah.
It's about it really is about refocusing. Cause
Yeah, you're right.
Because if you stop focusing on your family, that's going to lead to like some huge negative things. If you stop focusing on the podcast, that's going to lead to huge
Right,
negative
but
things.
if you spend every day being super anxious about your family or whatever, then it's gonna have the, if you're trying to like deal with every little thing that happens, you're sort of neurotic and whatever, then that then you beget that, you know? So all I'm saying is me always telling myself to not give a shit just means don't, whatever that thing is, be neurotic, nitpick, be on every little thing. Like it's just always telling me to chill out a little bit. It's
Cool.
my
It's
version
the
of telling
way-
myself to chill out.
It's the way you focus, though, that is
Yeah.
also important.
Yeah.
You can't be like, okay, I gotta work
No.
on this character. This
No,
character,
that never
like,
works.
That's not gonna. Or
No,
I gotta,
it never
I'm worried
works.
about my kid. Oh, he's doing this. Or he's doing this. Like that's not gonna work.
It
So-
never works for me. No.
Yeah. So
no.
that's being specific with words. I think is really important,
Yeah.
especially nowadays, because we can you falter this way or that way so easily.
Yeah.
Look at him, drug addict.
Who, Peyton?
Yeah, big
I know.
drug addict.
I've been meaning to talk to
You got to
him,
be
actually.
specific with him. You know, you can't tell him,
Yeah.
"Hey, just accept you for who you are."
But you
He's
have
a meth
to.
addict.
No, but you have
You
to.
can't accept that.
You have to care about him first.
What?
You have to care about him.
No. I don't care about him.
I know. That's what I was saying. I'm trying to tell you that you should care about him. He's a
you
nice
know what?
boy.
I do care about him.
You do?
Yeah, I actually do. I can't say I don't.
Dude, can
care
you
about him.
tell the truth? Like, seriously, like, what end is up? Did you see how quick that was?
You know, no, I don't. I mean, I don't know. What?
Quit being dishonest.
I can't stop lying.
That's a gif. That should be a gif. But oh, what else do you want to talk about?
Nothing. I think we should wrap it up. This was a lot of fun.
We're done?
Yeah, we're done.
We're not going to do a two-parter? That was it?
Yeah, well, I want you back on later. Is that okay?
No, I don't want to come back.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, check out all his shows. Is there one place they
He
can go
had
to
a
get
career.
everything? You have
What?
a link tree? You have a link tree on your
Yes,
Instagram?
there is now a link tree because we have an intern, finally. Oh, my God. Changed our lives.
On your personal Instagram, so people can see all your shows. Does that
You
make
know
sense?
what? I don't know if it's set up for that yet, but all you got to do is like search Brett Davern on whatever you're looking for, and it'll come up.
I love that.
You know, people are, oh, do you have a link for that? Do you have a link for this? Hey, how about you do some goddamn research and go
Right.
figure it out on your own?
I like when comedians talk about that. They're like, hey, when are you going to be in my city?
Yeah,
And it's like, hey,
yeah. That Peyton, seriously, can you dude, really?
this was a lot of fun. I'm glad you're doing well.
Yeah.
And, yeah, man, I hope to see you on NCIS LA this week.
I'm gonna call LL, see if we can hook it up, a spinoff. Love you, dude.
All right, man. Love you too. All right, Peyton, play us out. Hey, thank you to everybody. Thank you to Idobi Radio, Nice Guy Digital, Peyton, Alexandra, everybody who does work for the podcast. We appreciate you guys. Also for our new listeners and subscribers, seriously appreciate you guys so much. Our numbers have been growing, and so thank you. And yeah, make sure you check out the Brett Davern Show, the morning show, every morning, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Pacific time on Idobi Radio Live. I'm telling you guys, this is a great show. Don't miss out on it. And yeah, always remember, listen, think, and then talk. Bye.